One step forward, two steps back. Now, as Manchester United lose against Brentford, there are huge question marks ahead of Ruben Amorim's future. A very, very poor performance by Manchester United. And you look at the result, it was nowhere near good enough. 3-1, and Brentford thoroughly deserved it. Manchester United were nowhere near good enough, and we didn't start off the game with any sort of tempo or quality. I think Brentford absolutely dominant from the start and ultimately got the goals that you wanted. And there's serious issues now coming for Ruben Amorim. See what he has had to say post-game will be interesting. But looking at the game, listen, yes, it's a red card on Nathan Collins. It's a clear denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. But again, the ridiculous time it took on the VAR and the officiating to get that penalty. And now that's 3 penalties for Bruno Fernandes this season. He's missed 2 of them and only scored 1. Is it time to change the kind of penalty taker for Manchester United? I don't think that's really a big thing. I think the time does obviously have a part to play. But all in all, do I think United were good enough today? No, I don't. I think defensively, very, very sloppy. You look at the goals we conceded. The decision not to start Lenny Euro was a very weird decision. When you're going against, I understand why you probably started De Ligt and Maguire for the physicality of Brentford, who like to win aerial duels and are very, very good in the air. But you look at United and you look at what we needed. We needed pace in the back line. The goals that Igor Thiago scored, it was very, very stupid by Maguire to kind of jump up at the last second. And again, how many times does Maguire get caught? I mean, it was against City when Haaland scored. It was again today. Get caught in his own as the last man. It's just not good enough. In terms of attacking threat, we did well. Sesko gets a goal. I mean, that's the only real positive from the game. I didn't think Mbeumo was great today. I thought Cunha again had nice parts and nice touches in the game, and he looked all right. I thought Bruno in midfield wasn't great. I think we did get bypassed a lot as well. I think when Mainu came on, he did change the game. But again, that's another now defeat for Manchester United. We're talking about this as a big opportunity for United to get some points. But as I said, that opportunity has just been wiped away. And yeah, we've kind of seen a good opportunity slip away. At the start of the game, Brentford was 17th. You look at now, they've gone up to 11th. I think United have now in 13th. So yeah, it was not a good enough performance. And I think on Ruben Amorim, there's a lot of pressure on because we didn't do enough in the game. First off, we were very, very poor. And for the first time in 88 years, Brentford have won back-to-back games, league games against Manchester United. Listen, I think it's a red card. I just don't see why not. But yeah, don't make any sense about that. But I think Bruno was sloppy today. I think you can see on Bruno Fernandes' face as well. Manchester United haven't even won back-to-back games under Ruben Amorim. And yeah, listen, you look at Binder, he made some good saves and some good stops, but ultimately when you needed to come up with the kind of big moments and you need him to make decent saves, again, nowhere near good enough. And it's time and time again, United take one step forward, one win against Chelsea, which we haven't seen in years, and then we go and lose against Brentford, who, again, haven't been the greatest, but they turned up against Manchester United. They knew they could get us, and every physical duel felt like they won. Aerially, they got the better of Manchester United, and it's tough now for Ruben Amorim. We've got Sunderland, and then we come back after the international break, and we've got Liverpool. Now, again, the sort of question marks and the sort of pressure is going to come back again. And listen, I don't think playing Bruno Fernandes in the midfield works. We haven't won back-to-back games. I think it's 35 points in like 32 games for Ruben Amorim in the league, which again is not good enough, the amount of points that we dropped. And I thought this Brentford game was definitely there for the taking, and we just didn't play good enough. As I said, Sesko, other than the goal, he wasn't really in the game. I thought Cunha was dropping too deep to get the ball. I thought Ugarte, listen, it was a decent goal. I think Sesko, perseverance, goes for it, wants to get the goal, that's a positive. But all in all, just wasn't good enough by United. I mean, Delot, you look at the goals we conceded, it's Delot, it was the right decision to pay the pass to Cunha. It was just a very, very poor pass. Then one long ball, Brentford it in, Igor Thiago scores. The second goal, De Ligt, which I thought had a very, very poor game again today. Not again, but had a poor game. One of his poorest this season. Flick on, gets it to Sharda. Maguire can't keep up with him. Just puts a nothing ball into the box, palmed it into Igor Thiago, and there's 4 players around him, but they can't seem to deal with it. So, listen, and then as the game goes on, Ruben Amorim just throws whatever he can at the kind of kitchen sink to kind of get a win, and yeah, it just wasn't good enough. 3-1. How many goals is that we've conceded this season? I mean, it's just not good enough. And yeah, listen, 32 points in 35 games, which is relegation form. 21 games lost in less than a year. West Ham have picked up more points as Manchester United since Amorim came in. Never won back-to-back games. Still refuses to change his system despite a sample size. And listen, the players were a disgrace today. They just weren't good enough. I think out of possession we were very, very poor. In possession we couldn't really do anything from it. I think that it was a good ball from Cunha to get Mbeumo to kind of get the penalty, but other than that we really didn't do anything. Yeah, it was just so disjointed and just disorganised. There's not one. I don't think we have a leader in that back line. I think in midfield, again, the persistence to play Bruno there is something I just don't think works. I think we didn't create enough chances going forward, and we just look like a very, very poor team defensively. It can't continue. Another very, very poor performance. And yeah, it's very, very, very tough games now coming up for Manchester United. Like Sunderland, on paper you'd say United would win, but I just don't see a way in which Manchester United do get a result against Sunderland, because they've looked all right. And listen, it's fuming. It's very, very infuriating. And yeah, I think Amorim, he probably will end up getting sacked after this, because it's a very, very poor start. 6 games, 7 points. Yeah, it's just not good enough. And I think Brentford, they have all the rights to be celebrating, because they thoroughly deserve to get the win. I think defensively they were very, very good. They knew what they needed to get from the game, and after not really having a great start, this was probably the momentum boost for them. Thiago was good, and they just got at this Manchester United team. There was no intensity, there was no quality, ambition and fight from Manchester United, which ultimately is something that you want to see, especially in a game like this. But yeah, I just don't think Amorim, he'll probably be lost for words, because there's nothing really to say. I think United, looking at the way in which we played, was just sloppy. It was out of the ordinary, and I think it can't get, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, what is that last goal? I mean, as well, is it too much to ask to perform 2 games in a row? It's the inconsistency which has been a problem for United for a while. And again, in that next game, I think you have to start Lamont in the game. So yeah, just that third goal to concede is horrible. All the goals we conceded realistically are horrible. And they're just very, very poor. And Brentford did get the better of us. I think it's tough now for Ruben Amorim. Still no back-to-back league wins. I don't know what we're doing on the training pitch, because there's a week between the games, and it just doesn't look like there's been any improvement for a while now. So yeah, let's see.